Welcome back. Gordon McIsaac is nuts. Nuts about Speedway, and has been for over 50 years now. He's lived in this house all his life, and from the outside it looks like your classic, conventional, normal, typical run-of-the-mill old state house. But inside, it's a different story. You might even say extraordinary. Gordon recalls where it all began.
Well, I guess it all happened when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and my brother and I were going to go to the movies. We were looking through the paper to see what was on. We came across the ad for the Speedway. My brother Doug said, well, what about if we go to the Speedway instead? And I said, well, I don't know. I'd rather go and see a cowboy movie. I don't know what Speedway is. Anyway, we went to the Speedway, and I never wanted to go to the movies to see cowboys again on Saturday nights.
With Western Springs on his back door, Gordon quickly became hooked and his Speedway collecting began.
Speedway caught hold of me and the bug bit, and as the kids collect tear-offs off their visors now, I used to collect what they call gas goggles that they used to put over their goggles. Then I used to start doing little drawings and sticking them up on the wall. And eventually the walls became overloaded with Speedway gear.
Bill Jenkins.
So Gordon's big screen cowboy heroes had now been replaced with the heroes from the Springs, the cowboys of the Cinders. With the house filling with Speedway memorabilia, the next step was obvious. The garage. This
is what I was telling you before. These are the gas goggles I used to collect when I was a kid. That's what started me collecting. My real pride and joy is in the museum here. This was one of the first American midgets that come to New Zealand with the first American midget team, 1937. Historic car to me. It's got a real personal connection as far as I'm concerned, because when I was 15 years old I crewed on the car for Des Herrick, and my father used to paint the car for him, and my brother also crewed on the car. The guy that used to own this car when Des Herrick drove it, Jack Cormack, when he finished promoting, he just stuck them all away in sheds. He wouldn't sell any of his cars, and then eventually decided he would. That's how I got hold of it. I spent 2 years restoring it. A lot of Speedway guys started coming in and having a look and looking around the walls, and they'd say, oh, I've got something I can give you to hang on the wall there, you know. And this is how the museum sort of started. This is the first extension I put on the place, mainly for motorcycle gear. Ivan Major donated one of his helmets to me, and that sort of started this going. And then Bobby Andrews, Alf Matson, our very first Speedway champion.
Gordon has plenty of brilliant tales to tell about everything in here, and none more so than the battle-scarred CWA Finance Shield.
One of the sprinters had driven down the infield and heading straight for us. He was about 2 feet away. We all had to jump aside and let go of the shield, and he hit it there, split it in half. It nearly all ended there. The shield and us too.
The walls are lined with memorabilia from the legends of the past and the present, the locals and the Yanks.
There's a good friend of mine. He drove old number 9 into the new millennium. Over here we've got Rich Vogler. This driving suit was very kindly given to me by Rich's mother. Over here, Bob Tattersall. When he arrived on the ship, he was wearing these cowboy boots.
Gordon simply can't say no. And we have to ask, where is this all going to end?
It's a continuing story. People are still giving me stuff, and I've extended the garage 5 or 6 times and taken over the house inside as well. Probably have to extend out that way now a bit more. All this couldn't have happened without the support of all the Speedway guys that have donated stuff. We've got to make sure all this stays together for the future, and hopefully we'll be able to get a museum built at Western Springs.
Thanks, Gordon. Your passion for Speedway is incredible, and we think you're a Speedway legend in your own right.